Okay. Go. Yeah, it's kind of hampered by the platform it was on. Yeah, 3 hours is plenty for this game, though. Because remember, in 1 you only had 1 hour. And also 3 hours for Super. And this game is a lot shorter than Super. At least it seemed like it. Yeah, thankfully I have a map open, so... And also, I kind of played through half the game this morning testing it. It was one of those cases of like, okay, I should test to make sure, because I'm also going to be using a patch. I am using a color patch to make it, because default colorization is kind of boring looking, whereas when you add a little bit of color, it makes it a little more interesting to play. Oh yeah, if you don't like Mystical Expansions, you won't like this one. Well, the thing with the Metroid games that they seem like they're, all of their, like, big, interesting things are kind of key, like, very important, so having that be an exploration upgrade just seems kind of boring. Uh, we'll get to that because they actually handle that surprisingly well. Also, like, having a specific beam, like, you can actually get by quite a bit without the ice beam. It's not nearly as vital as other ones. Which is weird considering, you know, the entire point of this game is to be fighting Metroids. Also, apologies if you hear my background. I'm still having AC problems, so I have my windows open, and you might hear some cars pass by. Because thankfully there happens to be it's very nice weather out today, so I have my windows open. Yeah, the Metroid life cycle's weird. What also doesn't help is some asshole just drives this crotch rocket that seems to be having muffler issues right by my window. It's gonna be hard to drop kick them. They're on a motorcycle. Also, they're gone now, so they don't matter. Okay, I am switching over to the next song because that was just repeating itself. Yeah, actually, never mind. That's not city noise. That's actually the game being ambient. Yeah, I suppose. Let's screw this. I'm just going back to the main theme.
Look, if all the different Zelda games can be considered canon, then
Well,
the Metroid Prime games can be considered canon too.
well, the thing about the Zelda games is that the Zelda games are all made in Japan, whereas, from what I remember, Sakamoto was not thrilled that a outside company was able to out Metroid them. Also, who knows what's canon anymore in the Zelda universe? Hey, K-Shizzle.
I stand by my statement.
Okay, so hit this. Okay, so hello and welcome to our Sunday edition of Retro and Rhapsody. So one of this month's kind of themes is taking a look at portable games, and one game that kind of wanted to take a look at because this game has always been kind of interesting to me because I always. Oh, something weird with my mic.
Hold on, let me.
What kind of weird thing are we talking about with my mic? Is it?
I hear an ocean noise.
So they hit. Okay, let me try those.
Yeah, it's every time you talk, it sounds like an ocean wave coming in.
How about this? Does it sound better now?
Talk again.
Okay. Do you hear the hiss?
It's like holding a seashell up to my ear.
Okay, 1 second.
Yep.
How about now? Is it sounding better?
It's a little bit lower, but I'm hearing it in our Discord, not just on the stream.
Okay, okay. So, damn it.
Is it your AC?
Yeah, I have to have that on. Like that's.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna fucking
one
deny
second.
your AC.
Okay, how about now? Does it sound better now? Does it sound better now?
Okay, I'm not hearing it too much.
Well, oh god damn it. Well, we're gonna have to deal with it. That's not something I can deal with. Anyway, so okay, so yes, Metroid 2. Yeah. So Metroid 2. It is obviously the sequel to Metroid. So the original game was, from what I recall, a moderate hit in Japan. It was much more popular in America than it was in Japan, but still a moderate hit. So Nintendo decided to, make a sequel to it. The thing is, they decided to put it on the Game Boy. This was 91, so the Super Nintendo was just taking off. So it could, so they decided to put it on the Game Boy because it was relatively new at the time. And it would give the console a more kind of console-ish game, because mostly Mario Land was very portableized. But this would be kind of a full, kind of almost console game. And yes, so plot-wise, basically this game is after we defeated Mother Brain, Samus decides, or really Galactica Federation decides, hey, we're going to have to destroy all these Metroids. So let's go to their home planet of SR388 and destroy the hell out of them. So completely eradicate them. Commit a little genocide for fun and profit. That's basically the plot of this game. There's nothing really else to it. So, also I just realized you can see voice meter there. Yes. Yeah, let's just go and start. So, Metroid 2, Return of Samus. The original was a Game Boy, obviously a Game Boy game. However, there's been a few patches that have been made to try and actually bring color to it, because people have been trying to colorize normal Game Boy games through the Game Boy Color. Apparently Metroid 2 has been had one of the harder, or one of the more, had the harder time of getting colorized, because there's been like 3 patches for this game, all of which are fair of issues, including game-breaking bugs. This one, I forgot exactly what it's called, but apparently it's doing quite fine. So, yeah, this is actually a colorized patch. I don't have who did it, but yes. Also, Start 1's going to be my save that I was using to test, so let's start 2. No real, intro, so we're just going to start. And it just kind of starts. So, it's a Metroid game. You jump, you shoot. There are some new additions that make the game a lot more playable. For example, you can now shoot downwards. You can also shoot at 2 different heights. And yes, this is the first game that had Samus's gunship. Also, thankfully, it starts you at full health this time, instead of just at 30. Also it gives you 30 missiles to start out with, so... Yeah, and also, it starts you off with the Morph Ball, so you actually start out with a fair amount of stuff, compared to most other Metroids.
Okay, so I looked it up to get the information, and it looks like the original person who worked on the colorizer was named Dan Davis, and then it was further iterated upon by Spikeman and Dracon.
Okay, the one that I am using, it's like the ERTJQ, I think? Colorization patch? Oh, also, here's a save point. Yeah, no having to die in order to save. So, if you take a look at the bottom, you see that there is a thing up next to my health and my missiles. That is what looks like a Metroid and the number 39. That is how many Metroids are on SR388. And our goal is to kill every single one of them.
To mother all of them.
And yeah, so you see here, we can't pass quite yet. That is actually... So, this game has a weird gating thing that it does. Because the number of Metroids you've killed actually dictates where you can go. In fact, you can see that if you pause. So you see where in the bottom right it now says L1? they've written the plot that basically SR-388 has frequent earthquakes, and whenever there's an earthquake, it will change like the level of the acid. So you have to when I kill a Metroid, basically there will be an earthquake that will let me get past where that I couldn't before. Also, 1 second.
Yeah, it looks like I found a completely different color hack. I think it was said EJRT. RT? No. This actually looks really nice.
Alright.
Which hack did you say you got?
It's like ERTJQ.
Okay, because I found one that's EJRT, and wow, it's just a lot better.
Yeah, that's the one that I am using.
It was designed by EJR Tairn in August 2017.
Yeah, it's the most recent one.
Yep. It was surprising. This looks really washed out compared to the screenshots I'm seeing.
Well, it could just be the emulator.
Might be.
Or maybe that's there's a new version of the patch I didn't put on romhacking.net.
Possibly.
Yeah, for some reason... Oh, also, by the way... So the Metroids you find are not in the normal form. These are actually apparently evolved versions of Metroids.
These are alphas?
These are alphas, yes. There are 5 types of Metroids. Well, technically 6 types of Metroids in this game. And now... there's an earthquake.
Yeah, Bag, I think it's just the emulator, because like all the screenshots I'm seeing of all the different ROM hacks show it as being a lot more vibrant, so... this palette's gonna look a little weird.
Okay...
Yeah, also it's interesting how much bigger everything is when you compare it to 1.
It's the thing, because of just the low resolution of the Game Boy.
Yeah.
It's either you have a tiny, unrecognizable sprite, or you have a larger, more recognizable one.
Yeah. But in this case, it makes Samus look friggin' tall.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because it adds a bit of uncomfortability to the way you're playing, because you're so used to a smaller sprite, and having a larger sprite, you know, it makes the area feel more filled up.
Yeah, this game, especially with the nature of you actually just trying to look for these Metroids, it actually almost makes it feel like... because the Metroid game was always meant to be more of a kind of an homage to, like, say, the horror movies like Alien and like that, where it's the one that feels like, oh... this thing could be around anywhere.
The thing, you know.
Yeah. Makes you feel a little bit more claustrophobic.
Yeah. And plus, with the bigger hitbox, you know, you're going to be a lot more aware of the player character and where they are in relation to everything else on screen. Because there's a lot more real estate to take damage. But at the same time, you also have a lot more movement. So it's kind of an interesting trade-off.
So, well, the thing is that, yeah, there's a lot of aliens, like, homages. Also, there's a lot of times where the music just kind of stops, and it's like this weird ambient thing, which always feels weird.
Like something's supposed to happen.
Like this is like this one, this particular one is like just sounds like water's trickling somewhere.
Right. Yeah, I think Samus is pretty tall before getting into the suit.
Yeah, she's like 6'2", I think.
Tyrion, we don't talk about Other M. That didn't happen.
Yeah, Other M, yeah.
We can argue about the canonical nature of the Prime trilogy for 17,000 years, but we can all agree that Other M doesn't exist. Look, the game definitely happened, but there's no way that anybody's going to accept it as canon.
Yeah, I am going to say after, because I don't think that... I'm trying to think. I actually think that the game did... Like, it definitely didn't do well here. But that actually might have been the one case where a Metroid game did better in Japan than it did here.
I could look it up. Like, when people say it didn't happen, they're not saying that it didn't exist. They're just saying they don't consider it a valid entry. It's just the way that I've always looked at it. Other people may disagree and be wrong. That's cool. Let's see.
Okay.
I spelled it Other because I really wanted it to be something about Buddhism.
I've never actually played Other M, so I really can't say much about it.
It's pretty terrible. I've played enough of it to know that it's hot garbage.
Also,
well, in terms of sales, it was third best-selling game during its release week with almost 45.4 thousand copies sold.
what market is that?
That was in Japan. It came behind Wii Party and Monster Hunter Diary Poco Poco Iru Village. And then the following week, it sold another 11.2 thousand copies. It was the 9th best-selling game in North America in September 2010, with 173,000 copies sold.
Did they give what other games came out at that time?
I could probably wiki search my way to it, but
if it doesn't give it to you, then don't bother. Because I'm just wondering.
There's a full MPD write-up on Gama Sutra. How do you pronounce it? Gama Sutra, Gama Sutra?
I always did Gama Sutra.
Like, neither of them works, but so Halo Reach came out at that time.
Oh wow. I bet that sold better.
Oh yeah, it did 3.29 million.
Okay. So
there's no way it was gonna underdo fucking Other M.
I was just wondering the difference between like what's sold underneath Other M.
What's sold under Other M? Let's take a look. Here.
Like what was number 10?
Modern Warfare 2.
The thing is that could have been like it's because what day did that come out?
Oh god.
Because if it was like late November, then that game had been out for a while.
I'm not even sure. Call of Duty came out they always come out, I think, in October or November.
Yeah, it was October,
usually.
November, yeah.
And this chart
didn't Other M come out in December?
Did it?
I don't know.
Wait, I have it up here. Wikipedia. Tell me your secrets. What was the release date?
Okay, Modern Warfare 2 is November.
And Other M came out in August in the US. At the very end of August, on the 31st.
So
it had time.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, it was. I'm surprised though, because Call of Duty usually sells, in the millions.
Oh. Also, down here is actually where we get our first, I would say exclusive to this game, but it showed up in Prime games. This power-up doesn't show up that often. It's a spider ball.
think this also appears in Other M.
It might. But yeah, it didn't show up in Super, it didn't show up in Fusion.
Yeah, it didn't show up in Zero Mission either.
Okay.
And it's definitely not in Prime or Hunters.
Yeah, it's in Prime 2, I think. Prime 2 and 3.
Remember.
It definitely was in one of the Prime games, I remember that. And also, one thing...
It wasn't Prime 1 and 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Also, the thing that you're going to have to remember to do a lot is to spider up ball up various walls. Because in here...
It's very angry.
Yep.
You trying to cheese it?
Yep.
And it was Super that was the first time that you could angle your shots, right?
Yes. Yep.
So just like weird pudding masks flying through the air.
They show up. These enemies show up in later Metroids. They just are drawn better.
So the angry puddings apparently appear in Super and Fusion.
Oh, nothing in there. Oh. Oh, actually... I don't think there's anything up there. I do want to go back down here because there are some power-ups I just want to get.
Here's hoping the... Wait, did they release the Prime Trilogy on Switch yet?
No, they have not.
Because that's kind of like a huge oversight.
I would be surprised if they don't release it closer to when Prime Trilogy... or the Prime 4 comes out.
Hmm.
Oh,
yeah, I know it came out on Wii because I still have my copy of it. Good old tin set. I got it before it went up to like $80 at GameStop. I don't know, I liked using the Wiimote.
Yeah,
I was more accurate with it.
Yeah, the Wiimote, I mean, in general, I mean, it gives you the closest thing you'll get to like a mouse keyboard style input.
Mm-hmm. Like, if we were to talk about just the pure aesthetic of the Wiimote, I can understand why people didn't like it. It was very weird to hold, and it wasn't always responsive until you got the Remote Plus. But I always felt like the Wiimote, you know, when it did work, was probably the best, you know, controller setup I've used for a lot of games, specifically first-person shooters.
Like, it reminded me, there was a, there was, there was a bunch of first-person shooters on the PS4 that tried to use, or the PS3 that tried to use the Move controllers.
Yeah, no.
And, like, they had that zapper thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, not specifically you, Tyrion, but, like, I hear plenty of people bitch and complain about the Wiimotes, and it's like, they were actually pretty decent controllers, given the tech at the time. Especially given, when, you know, you bring up, Lolo, the motion controllers, which were not good.
Oh, yeah.
I will say I hated the nunchuck, though. What's that?
The nunchuck was not good, but yeah, the Prime 3 did use some of the... Because that was like the entire, like, you had to use the Wiimote in order to do,
You had to open doors by turning it and then pulling back, and...
Yeah.
to rip shields, you had to fling back with the nunchuck. Like they went pretty ham with the motion controls, but they were responsive.
And that was also like that was the thing. Like a bunch of games that use the 6-axis also did that. That was just around the time when motion controls were new. Like that was just the thing.
But I also want to point out how much the 6-axis really sucked. Like it had almost no practical purpose in any of the games it was in, and it never worked correctly. Whereas the Wii actually tended to work more often than it didn't.
It also didn't help the fact that, like, the 6-axis is just a controller, so it's just not ergonomically sound to do it.
Let me tell you the joys of playing bowling games with a 6-axis controller and hating everything. And then going to Wii Sports Resort and going, yeah, I got a perfect throw on that. My average has never been higher.
Like, there is one acceptable way to hold a 6-axis, and that's as a controller.
Exactly. Like when you did it for like some of the bowling games, you'd actually have to take like, you know how it's got that boomerang shape. So you take your 4 fingers and put them between the triggers, and then you put your thumb like right up against the right joystick, and that's how you're supposed to hold it. No, that's not okay. It just feels wrong.
Oh.
But my issues with the nunchuck were it always felt cheap.
Yeah.
It was very hollow and just always felt very cheap.
Also, I just want to point out, the spider ball always controls never like you want it to. Because the thing is that it will stay, like, if you're holding a direction, it will continue rolling the direction that you're going. Even if you're going, like, if you go from horizontal to vertical, it'll still keep the same direction. The problem is that, the moment that you stop, it has to, like, take a second and, like, okay, what do I need to do now?
So it's kind of like trying to tank control in a game with fixed camera angles.
Kinda.
Not tank control, but like full. No, I mean full 3D control. Not tank control, but full 3D control in a fixed camera angle game. Looking at you, like a Sea of Cain Defiance.
Yep.
God, I still have my Wii hidden around somewhere.
Yeah, stopping on a corner is basically okay. It's gonna take like a good 2 seconds for you to figure out, and yeah, you can get knocked into another room.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also, by the way, even though they're Metroids, you can only hurt them with missiles.
Don't you have Ice Shot?
Yeah, I have Ice Beam. It just doesn't do anything.
It's goofy.
Which is weird considering the entire thing of being like, oh, hey, it's a Metroid. You have to. That's what it's like. Their main weakness.
Yeah, Ice is like the main, the only weakness they actually have. Because even if you get the Wave Beam, I don't think that actually does any damage until you get Ice.
Well, right. Usually you'll get... Usually the Ice Beam is one of the first ones you get, unless it's Fusion, and there's story reasons behind that.
Yeah.
But yeah. And yeah, we're gonna be getting the Wave Beam shortly, so I'll bring up something when we get that.
I actually started learning how to fix PlayStation 2s. That's been kind of interesting.
Huh.
But Nintendo consoles, especially like their older ones, they used like very specific screws. So you have to get special tools for them. You can't just get like a screwdriver set. I forget the actual name of them, but it's really crappy. It's not a Phillips or a flat. That's the problem. No, not even a hex. You can't get. It's like a groove. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's a groove with a star.
Yeah, I forgot what those things are called.
Yeah. That's why I've never liked trying to learn how to fix Nintendo consoles, because, like, they had a weird boner for doing stuff like that.
It is to prevent people from doing exactly what you're trying to do. It is the point of any proprietary thing, is to keep other people to make it so that they are the entire point of entry.
Mm-hmm. Or in some cases, it's just to make money. Look at you, Microsoft, with your proprietary 360 hard drives.
Well, yeah, that's why. So they don't want you to fix it, so that it's one of the reasons why the Vita kind of sucked.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna pick up a Vita because I got tons of PlayStation Plus games for it, but like, I don't want to spend the money.
Also, I was thinking about getting a Vita, except then the one game I get a Vita for came out on PC.
Oh, what's that?
East's Memory of Celceta. I think I need to go... Oh, I need to go... Yeah, I need to go over here.
Yeah, the Wii being able to do GameCube games was a really nice addition to it. That's how I played through most of Eternal Darkness.
See, except the problem is that I did not care for the GameCube, so that really did not serve me any purpose.
Which is fair, that's why I never bought one. I just, bought the GameCube games and then bought a Wii.
GameCube could not play 64 games.
No, because GameCube was a disc-based system, and 64's cartridge.
Yeah, GameCube had those fun mini-discs.
Yeah, that was the weirdest format change.
Which people were trying to, that was trying to be a thing. Like, I remember seeing mini-CDs other than the GameCube.
Oh yeah, there was, computer-based software that would come on mini-CDs.
That was great when they had the CDs that were, really weirdly shaped, they weren't circle-shaped.
Yes!
There was, my favorite one was, I think it was a soundtrack for Star Wars, and it came in the shape of the jizz players in the, Tatooine Cantina?
You mean the jazz players?
No, I mean the jizz players!
I'm very concerned about this wording, but I know what you're talking about. The Mos Eisley Bar, the
yes.
weird, aliens.
Yes. Music, the style of music they play is canonically known as jizz music.
I don't like this. I am burning my brain with... I'm getting alcohol. Hold on. I need a beer.
Look, yeah, we can't have the horse that pilots an X-Wing, but we can have jizz music.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna drink away this knowledge. With a delicious blueberry beer.
Also, there's these things which serve absolutely no purpose. Except getting you stuck. What?
I think that's its purpose. Actually, I might just go out and buy more of this beer. Also, that came out around the same time as this was Madden NFL 11, Dead Rising 2.
You're talking about Other M?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that reminds me to also say this game has been remade twice. If you're not aware of it, there's an unofficial and official remake of this game. Actually, one of the most notorious unofficial fan recreations was of this game, AM2R. It was this game, they recreated this game in basically the style of Zero Mission. It was actually really good. The thing about it is that, Nintendo wasn't too happy that they did that. So, yeah. got cease and desisted, but if you are knowledgeable about how to find things on the internet, you can find a copy. And then they also made a 3DS remake, which I don't know much about, because it's a 3DS game in the era which the Switch came out, so I don't care. Yeah, there was the thing where it was like, there were always rumors that Nintendo was going to remake this game, and then AM2R was like in the creation for like, I don't want to say, like, it might have actually been a decade. It was a long time. Now I'm actually going to go down, like, I think, I can go down here, because I can get a nice item down here. Oh, actually, can I even... Yeah, I should be able to get the thing.
See, I think when I hear ASMR, I think of the that audio style.
ASMR? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Oop. Also, I'm kind of surprised that, like, this water is not affecting you in any way.
I thought it just very barely affects the your jump.
No, it seems like it doesn't do much in this version. Yeah, yeah.
It's a shame that Nintendo didn't bring them on and have them work on the actual, like, remake of 2, because that would have been pretty cool.
Not in there. But... Going here. Oh, hey, there's a whole bunch of things.
It's a lot of balls. No, I know, Bears. I just still think it's a shame.
And this weirdly oddly colored one has Varia.
Ah, there it is. So what was the original name of it?
So the Japanese language, so you know the LNR thing with Japanese language?
Yeah.
There's also a similar thing with the letters V and B.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about Varia and the way that katakana works, it's Baria. So barrier.
Okay. Barrier. Okay, that makes sense. Both ways kind of work, too.
Well, in the original version, it only did the health thing. It wasn't until later games that they... In fact, this one, I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but it seems like it ups your speed by quite a bit.
You do look like you're moving a bit quicker, now that you mention it. Because you always seemed like it was kind of a little floatier than usual, and now it seems like it's almost like your regular movement.
Yeah.
I just figured Varia meant, like, you know, it protected you from various elements.
Which is what they kind of did with starting with Super.
Right.
Because there's no thing in here. It's not like there's a fireplace you have to go into.
There's no damage,
Yeah.
really.
The only there's a damage zone, but it's one you can't avoid, and it's only there to prevent. So there is a damage zone. If you were to say once you get the spider ball, if you were to go back to your main ship, and spider ball your way up a ledge to go into like a really tall canyon, there will actually be a damage field in the sky to prevent you from going higher. So that it's logical that you flew in and that there's not just a ceiling there. And you don't just go up forever. Wow, this does not seem like a... Oh, actually, no, I know what I'm trying to do.
Excuse me on that.
Dip your beat.
It's an odd ambient track.
Yeah. Oh wow, there's something all the way up here.
It's another Metroid.
Yep.
Pretty harrowing little music sting when it activates.
Yeah. So I should actually mention the music in this game. It was composed by one Ryoji Yoshitone, who has done some music before in Metroid, like for Nintendo, but this is like one of his main, first main compositions.
Mm-hmm.
Some other work that he did Super Scope 6. He also did the music for Wario Land.
Super Scope 6, wasn't that the that bunch of mini games for the Super Scope?
Yep. It is the pack-in with the Super Scope.
That was so much fun.
It was.
Not enough light gun games out.
Well, it's hard to do those now.
Well, I mean, you got the Switch, and you got the Move controllers.
Oh, also, let's get this item. Oop. So, we have our first mini-boss. And it's this guy, who actually shows up in Fusion.
Oh yeah, he does.
And he has another new item, although this one returns quite a bit. This is a spring ball. So now, I can jump.
Ah, yeah.
Which is mostly a convenience thing. I actually think you can get by this game without even getting that. But, might as well.
Yeah, why not? You got it. Fusion was good. People say it's bad.
I like Fusion a lot. Oop, on.
And I did enjoy Prime Hunters. I thought that was a fun game.
I liked Prime Hunters. I just played that multiplayer quite a bit. I had a good friend group that played that.
Hmm.
But also the other thing with Fusion that is also not great is the fact that that is where they really started to railroad you in terms of, like, plot progression. You know, if I know it's a straight, I'm just gonna do that.
Right. I mean, we all agree that Federation Force was the best Metroid game.
Absolutely not. I actually forgot that game existed.
With the best final boss of them all. But funny, bringing up Prime Hunters brings up another first-person game on the DS that I thought was cool. So this is
Moon?
Yes. Moon was so freaking good. And that was from the developers of Dementium.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like you're supposed to complete all of these in a very specific order, but you know, the way that they were done, you could sequence break a few of them. But I guess apparently Fusion made it harder to do that.
Yeah. Also,
there it is.
so there's the wave beam. So much like Metroid 1, there is no beam stacking. So, yeah, no more ice beam. Although, you can actually go back and get the ice beam again.
Are you worse off if you go back for it?
Not really. because it's... The wave beam technically is a better offensive weapon because it will pierce through walls. But it does have the drawback of it doesn't freeze enemies in place. Also does, I think, a little bit more damage.
And if you froze enemies, you could use them as platforms, right?
Yes, but that's not as much used in this one.
Right. What was it? It was Super that first let you stack?
Yes.
Okay.
And... I jump boost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so also one nice thing about this game, what it'll do, because later on, as Tyrion said, you will need the Ice Beam again. You'll actually, there will come across areas in which it actually gives you all the beams that should be available to you. So you can actually pick which one you want. Because there's more than 2 beams in this one.
Speaking of beams and all that, there's also a, and of course there's a mod for Doom 2 called Metroid Dreadnought, which changes all your weapons to the Metroid beam weapons. You can also get, you can also turn into a morph ball and bounce around levels as a morph ball.
Huh.
And it's compatible with just about every single, like, WAD.
I was gonna say that... Huh. Damn it.
So you could basically just play Doom 2 as Samus. And there's even a screw attack, too. Like, it's got all different stuff from the Metroid games. It's pretty funny. I did a thing of it with another streamer. It was just the funniest thing.
Yeah, the Doom modding community is a thing.
I like the Doom modding community. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They come up with tons of cool stuff.
They're mostly good. There are some...
Mostly. Yeah, I think I know what you're thinking about.
Let's discount maybe Brutal Doom for a moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the, I don't know if it's the lead dev, but I know one of the devs, kind of has some, bad connections. I'll just say that.
Okay, I know who you're talking about, and I know what you're talking about, and yeah. I don't know if it was disproven or anything, but like...
Oh,
anyway.
Are you talking about the, Columbine shooters?
No, different thing.
Yeah, because they were also Doom modders.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about it. No, they suck. Garbage people. But I'm talking more like, yeah. But anyway. I was actually thinking more of that Naughty mod.
I have not heard of this.
H-Doom?
I've never heard of this, and I don't want to now.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go any further than that. That's what I thought you were referring to be honest.
So if I do, Mugen already exists.
But no, like, you know, aside from that negativity, you know, the nice thing about Brutal Doom is that it also helped give us Doom 2016, you know, which I believe was at least partly inspired by some of the stuff from Brutal Doom.
That sounds about right.
Which is cool, because, you know, it took some inspirations from it and made this fantastic game.
Yeah, Doom 2016 is really good.
It is. Everybody likes the soundtrack. I don't.
I did not. I don't like it either.
Thank you. It's just it was there, but it didn't stand out like the original.
It's
did.
not.
Also,
it's not the kind of music I want in a Doom game, or at least
I want like a
like. Yeah, it's like I kind of want it to be more constant. But I
want a recognizable metal track, not, you know, background industrial.
There was kind of some more ambient music in Doom 1.
There was, but like the remix
also,
they did.
By the way,
oh yeah,
these are Gamma Metroids.
They could be mushrooms. We don't know what Metroids are made of.
So alphas take 5 missiles apiece. These will always take 10.
It's an odd attack pattern.
Yeah. Oh, it was the lead.
Sergeant Mark, I believe, was the name. But in any case, the thing that I liked about the original Doom soundtracks was they were various rock and metal tracks based off of. They actually sampled a lot of popular songs. But the remix of At Doom's Gate for 2016 was just not interesting to me.
I kind of just wish that there was a way... Well... I kind of wish there was a way just to get the original MIDI version of At Doom's Gate to play during that game.
That would be freaking great. Because that's the most iconic song from the game, but that's just because everybody hears it all the time, because...
It's the first level... It's the first level thing, because that's a lot of games have that.
Yeah.
It's like how Green Hill Zone is the most famous song from Sonic, even though I say that there are better songs from Sonic 1.
Right, yeah. Because, like, I can't even name you any of the songs from Episode 3, but, like, we all know At Doom's Gate. Right, exactly, Crimson.
Yeah, Doom 20... And yeah, I know that there are ways you can play the classic stages. Oh, does it actually... I couldn't remember if it plays the actual MIDI or not. Also, I see you in there.
Sneaky.
That's a gamut.
Oh, this is not a good arena.
This actually reminds me of one of the things I actually didn't care for AM2R about. Is the fact that they made it so that you had to hit the Metroids in very specific locations.
Oh, like weak points.
Yeah, the Gamma I don't know why I keep on saying mushrooms. The Gamma Metroids, weren't too bad. The Zeta ones, or the next form afterwards, were a nightmare to deal with. Oh, and Samus Returning also had that? I can't remember if they actually have the weak point in this one, but it's...
Doesn't seem like it. Just the idea of a parry in a Metroid game just feels weird to me. But, like, just kind of going back to a previous thing we talked about, not to, like, beat the dead horse, but just it's interesting the scale of things. It's just something that I keep coming back to as I'm watching this, is, you know, and it's not just Samus that's bigger, like, the rest of the world, you know, despite the tight corridors, just seems bigger.
Yeah.
There's a real sense of scale to this game that you didn't have in the first one.
So the thing about the first game, like, in terms of how it was designed, all the rooms in Metroid 1, like, basically it was sets of rooms that, like, they made preset rooms and then just linked a whole bunch of them together. Thank you, Crotch Rocket. Yeah.
Gotta drop kick him.
I
got a guy in my area that does that shit too.
But no. So yeah, Metroid 1 was Oh yeah. So yeah, it was just a set of rooms that were just interlinked together, and yeah, in this game it's individually like it's all like I don't know if. It's intentionally designed, I guess. Be not the best way of describing it.
Mm. Here's a familiar track.
Yep. No, I have not, because I can't remember what it was. Oh, damn it. Okay. Oh, actually... Oh, we have 10 until the next... Oh, right, yeah, because there's like a... Yeah, the way you can rewrite the map.
This is a very odd ambient track.
Yeah.
Are these just, like, considered transition areas, and that's why they went for the, I guess not, never mind. Because I figured it would just be, like, the one area, and you could kind of consider it a transition area, hence the ambient track.
I'm actually gonna check something real quick. I apologize for the flashing, because I just want to take a look. Because I have a map up, so I just want to get a kind of an overview of where I need to go. Okay, so that's down... there, so get this gamma there. Okay, so I am actually going to go the other way. Well, the thing about carts is that they're ROM. They're literally read-only memory. So there's not really a whole lot you can do to actually, I guess, affect the actual game. Though I could probably be wrong about that.
I'll be honest, all of this stuff is still magic to me. You can explain exactly how it works, and I'll just be like, yeah, magic. Gotcha.
Yeah, save files I bet you absolutely can break, but, oh god. See, this is... There we go. Oh, nope.
You're not going up here, jerk!
Whoa.
They knew what you were gonna do.
Ha! Oh!
What?
Nice. So, occasionally you'll come across those things. Those are full missile refills.
Oh.
Which I'm surprised I actually haven't found one of those yet for, like, for energy, because... yeah, rather than... Because in the original one, Metroid, the only way you could really fully restore your health is through sitting at one of those things that would just keep endlessly respawn enemies and just hope you got what you needed.
Couldn't you have just crawled up that wall down at the bottom?
I could have.
Instead of doing it that way?
I just wanted to check to make sure there wasn't anything else. Also, I forgot I had Spider Ball. And, let's see, what do we got in here? Oh! Interesting! Okay. New item. The space jump.
Space jump.
Which lets me do this.
Oh, so it's the screw attack.
It is, so in the original game, the screw attack would only let you do it once. It's not like the screw attack in later Metroid games.
Right.
Until you, yeah, get the space jump. Yeah, I thought this was a completely different item altogether.
It's like, alright, now you get the power of a cat.
Well, this is actually much better to get than what the item I thought it was.
What did you think it was?
A beam upgrade.
Hmm. And then I think it's what? It's Super that introduces the Shine Spark,
Yes, because that introduces the speed booster.
which I've never gotten the hang of, and I'm fine with.
It's a weird thing to pull off. Because it is actually very counterintuitive. Oop. Yeah, here's what I thought it was. The Spazer. Which is a new beam-up type. Basically, it's a wide shot. Oh, it also pierces through.
Okay, so yeah, this is the beam that I was thinking of.
Oop. Oh, what?
I have thoughts.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. Alright.
There, I just need to wake him up.
This looks really bad.
See, thankfully, his hitbox is really big.
And it doesn't look like he has much recovery time, if any at all.
No, he has a little bit. Okay, is there anything hidden in here? Yes. Ooh.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that makes you dumb. You want 100% a game, you want 100% a game. Only makes you dumb if you want 100% Bioshock 2.
Oh.
Oh, this is good. It's fun.
Man, I
You
don't
got
think...
this.
I don't think Super Metroid ever made you do anything like that. I just don't remember any other Metroids doing anything like that. What are you? Ah, Jesus! What the hell is that thing? Oh.
It is a very weird looking thing there.
Wait.
It's like a snail.
Oh, wait, can I?
Doesn't look like it.
Oh?
It's just an obstacle you have to walk past. Oh. Okay. It's like a snail just like pooping out lasers. could just fall, you know.
Well, no, because I'm doing this. I bet you that one thing that spies a pipe that I go up. Because there's a Metroid husk. Or not.
Nope.
Nope. Okay,
Maybe it's one of those. Maybe it's that.
yeah, because there's a husk.
I mean, there's all that empty blocks right above you.
Okay, there it is.
That's a bit ridiculous.
Yep. Oh, it's just an alpha, too. The Metroid Husk, basically, well, say, hey, they are something. There is a Metroid here that you need to take care of. No, it doesn't necessarily spawn from the husk. Sometimes they do, not always, though. So how many we have still? 8.
Licking you, that's what it is. It's an electric tongue.
$255 would make sense to have. It being 2 to the power of 8. Ah! Right, and you already get this upgrade. Plasma Beam, which is the most powerful beam. Yeah, 255, if you're not aware with, like, computer number kind of thing, 255 is 256 minus 1, which 256 is 2 to the 8th, which is the highest number you can store in 8 bits.
This is a new thing that I know now.
It is also why the max amount of rupees is 255 in the original Zelda. Oh, that's why you'd want to switch out the Plasma Beam. Or, weird that the Plasma Beam doesn't... Oh, it does. It just died and missed. Oh, I guess you just can't kill all those.
Get hit on the way up, it's okay.
Well, the problem is if I get hit, then I get knocked out of space jump.
I believe in you, you can get it back. I mean, 99 health kind of makes sense because, like, once you hit 100, you're at your next block.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Okay, so let me check the map again. Okay, so we got... Let's see.
Are you going for completion, or...?
No, I'm trying to figure out where the Metroids are than anything else. I think there wasn't anything extra in there. And also, I just want to make sure I know where I'm at. Okay.
It's a bit tricky, huh?
Oh!
Not what you were going for, was it? I like that you got it before the area could even load up.
That's 7.
Oh. You have angered the Metroid. I'm sorry, Mushroom. Holy shit, Taki.
Let's see.
Look, Tyrion, I know my fungi. Because that's what I am. A very fun guy. I thought Chozo was like a spice you put on a taco.
Chozo, I am not 100% certain what exactly Chozo translates into. Ah, there. So right there is actually... I don't know why, but they always seem to stick them on the roofs.
In Japanese, it is Chojinzoku, translating to Birdman Tribe.
Okay.
If we are to believe a fan wikia.
I bet you they'd probably be right. Let me check my spot again. Yeah. Okay, that's where the space jump was. Actually, I'm going to go down here because This is upgraded or fully restored. When do I need 6? Okay. Oh. Damn it. Go. Oh, damn it. So did I take a drink of water? The hell is that thing?
It's a shake weight. See, the Chozo perfected the shake weight technology well before we did.
Oh, that's... That is dumb. So...
I don't like this at all.
Okay, at least it's only an alpha. There we go.
$19 to go.
Yeah, we're kinda halfway there. Except really, 10, or when you get down to like, I think it's like 10, they're basically all in one area. 'Cause let's see.
And then you're getting like
more.
you're getting the high tier.
Yeah, that's, wait. I just wanna, how do I?
No, you gotta go in from a different side maybe?
I guess, that's really weird.
That's Metroid!
Well, let's see. Let's consult the magic map. No, actually, I need to go back up there. God, if only this map could warp me to other places. Yeah. Okay, now here's the really annoying... Okay, at least I can work with this. Okay, let's see. Oh. Huh, weird. Yep. Apparently. Yep, there is a right side entrance that I missed. Nothing up there. Those things just look weird. Also, I just realized I could do that. Oh, and that takes us right up there. Okay. Well, that served absolutely no purpose.
Sure it did. It served to waste your time.
I can't remember.
Oh, neat. Amoebas.
Oh, yep, I guess you're right. Huh. Oh, it's always weird how it looks like you're getting sucked up by the Metroid corpse. Or the Metroid carcass, I guess. There'd probably be a better word for it. Isn't it? I want to say it's like. I want to say it's like there's like 2 or 3 earthquakes in which there's only one Metroid till next earthquake. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, I can't remember. I guess this might be our first encounter with a Zeta type. Yeah, those things just look goofy. Also, does not seem to be liking to drop missiles. No, if it's just a Gamma.
I think the next one is Zeta.
Well, it's weird, because Zetas only actually appear in one area. Oh, I see why they give big energy, because they do 40 damage apiece. But yeah, finding a missile refill area would be quite nice right now.
Yeah, it does not want to give you any ammo.
I guess these guys are just programmed not to give missile upgrades. Or missile
Or
refills.
you're just hitting the worst RNG.
And what's the... Okay, so there's 2 in the other one. Okay.
That's my favorite part of Metroid, the train.
That was just someone honking.
My other favorite part of the Metroid is when the Chozo honk their car horn telling you to hurry the hell up. Movie starts at 7, Samus.
Check some real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm not dealing with your bullshit Yoko blocks. And what is that I see over there? Oh. Yep.
I wish the new Doom game would have had this as a soundtrack. Just this.
Let's see.
You passed up that glowing orb.
Yeah, because I'm gonna fight this.
Ah, I see.
Now let's see. 7.
Oh, it's 2.
That's definitely 7.
No, I mean there's 2 Metroids.
Oh, yeah, there's the 2 husks right there.
Yeah.
There's 7 left until the next earthquake. Okay.
It sure does go long for a while. Oh, didn't you? Hmm. The missiles don't do anything?
Like it? Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
I could have sworn they just passed straight through it. That is weird, but oh well.
Well, see,
Okay.
you hadn't activated the talk to Axe flag, so clearly that wasn't able to do that. It was an important part of the game.
Okay. Okay, so let me take a look to see how do I want to approach this. Okay, so there's a... Okay. Oh. Wait.
So why is there secret up there?
I think there should be.
Hmm.
Whatever.
Let's see. Take a look.
Oh, this looks...
Oh, yeah, this is fun. What area is this?
I don't know what the name of it is. But it's towards the, so if you look at the map where it looks in the bottom right, that there isn't like an A or a section that leads to A. We are in that cutout in the bottom right.
Oh wait, you posted a map in Mike, didn't you?
Yep.
Okay, because I'm smart and just was like, oh, I'm gonna search it. There we are.
Ah, there it is.
You're using game FAQs, gotcha.
Okay.
So what? We're in the. E-tank.
Yep, we're in the tower area. Oh. Huh. I believe the next thing I want to get, yeah, I'm gonna have to drop down the side a little bit.
Okay, yeah, now I see where you're at.
Oh.
This should.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Oh, it's good to see the new, nice art that, 2-Bit did for us. And also... our first Zeta Metroid.
Well, that's silly. You shot a missile out of your butt. When did you pick up that ability?
Scribes, yeah. When, I don't know. How many missiles do you take?
A lot.
There we go. And up here... when I checked Google, it said 91.
Yeah, it's 91. I believe it came out in a few other territories in 92, but...
Oh?
You have to be, like, super precise.
And for our trouble...
Screw attack.
attack. Yeah, this is a good noise. Especially since it keeps on going. Okay, so let's see. I think now I want to go... Okay. Still doesn't help the moment that it even gets a hint that you want to hit the A button, or the up button, that it will drop you out of screw attack. Yeah, it really is. Oop. Let's see. Okay, nope. We don't need it that bad. We're not dealing with limited visibility section. Oh, let's... Let's go down. Man, it really doesn't want you to... I really hate the fact that it seems to really not want you to do the screw attack going downward. How many more do we need? 3. Yeah, it's always weird. Also, oh, damn it. There we go. Yep, come on. There we go. Go. It's a little bit different, but it's close enough. So we want to go down here. Alright, and time to fight another one of these guys.
Kinda looks like the liver fluke man from the X-Files. Rather the other way around. Check, is there anything in the water? Nope.
Just to show what's inside, because, in here there really isn't much at a save point. Other than just a nice thing to, at least I think this is the area. Oh, that's just a get on the other side. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's see. Go!
So it seems like with alphas and gammas, you can hit them anywhere, but with zetas, you kind of gotta aim for the face.
That seems to be the case. Go! Okay, wait, was there... No, it's just... Yeah, just to kind of point out one of the changes they made in AM2R, for the Zeta ones, it is much narrower. It's like the face. Like, you can only hit the face, and only when it's not blocked.
That's ridiculous.
That's gonna be great.
Ooh, yeah, fight them in here. This is gonna be fun. So the sprite's transparent.
Or you can stun lock him like that.
That's pretty good. Because that sprite looked like it was transparent.
Yep. Alright. Let's go find that missile recharge. And there's one other thing I have to do here. At least I'm going to do just in case. Check. Actually, okay, so I don't actually need to do it, I just need to get out of here. And another case of, just one. Damn it. Yeah, kind of. I mean, they're both kind of painfully slow. I think I need to go up here.
I like these monsters. I like their design.
Check something real quick. Okay, and go down there. Okay, yep. Let's see. Oh!
Looks like the tower only has like one exit.
Well, we're in a different area. We're not in the tower quite yet. Oh, there's two of them.
Actually, I think I already figured out where you are. Another earthquake.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually figured out where you were. Just by that one room.
Yep, and we go down here. Oh, weird. The acid rose back up. Well, I guess let's go back to that other room. That very big room that's oddly big for just containing an alpha Metroid.
Which area are you heading up to next?
Well, the one area I can, which is to make a loop. Now let's go over here. Oop.
I think this way takes you back to the tower?
No. So it's by, where it says the line where, if you see on the line, there is a 8 up, 9 down.
Right.
And let's see. Oh, look at you. Mr. Omega Metroid.
Weird idea they went with to have the Metroids be like
almost like a xenomorph kind of life cycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
It's just so weird because the standard Metroid is so iconic that trying to change it into any other style just doesn't feel right.
Especially since it's great because the other forms don't appear except for 2 other games.
Right, exactly. Which is, yeah, that is fair. I'm thinking from a modern standpoint than a
So now
it's very hard to think. Hmm.
In DV, yeah, it's really well, especially since it's like they had an idea. It's like, oh hey, what if we made Metroids this weird morphing organism,
Right.
and then didn't do a thing with it after that. No, this is a full colorization.
Mm.
No emulator. Oh yeah, it would be like a crystal cart, yes. Yes. Huh. Okay. This is gonna be interesting.
It could be canon if you consider the unreliable narrator trope. Just tack that on there and you're good to go.
It's...
I don't know. Lolo's been consulting the map a fair bit, and it's not one that's in game, so.
Well, it's more it's better than the original Metroid. I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the problem with canon, and especially in stuff like this, is that you always run into the chance of either retconning or creating conflict, because there's just lots of time between each of these games. And which one can you really say is the one that can you truly say that this one definitely happens within the canon and not the Prime games, or the other way around?
Well, the thing with this game is that this game is required in order for the events of Super to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And almost every game would include Super. Okay, where did I end up going to a place I didn't need to? No, I just kind of really skipped some areas.
We just need to wait for the Metroid Historia to come out, and then we'll know.
Okay. So here's the thing. I need to ration my missiles.
Why is that?
I need to make sure because I'm gonna have to fight 3 of these things with 0 missile refills in between.
So Omegas, it's the head and back
Yep,
and chest.
Yep, the head and the body as well.
Can you hurt the legs at all?
Didn't seem like it.
Alright.
Omegas seem easier than the Zetos ones do. Oh. Yeah, that took almost 40 missiles.
That was quite a lot.
Saying I don't. I'm also taking a look at the clock that I have in here to see. I'm like, okay, how close am I to the 3-hour mark? I should have plenty of time.
I mean, you're near the end. You might as well just cap this out.
Oh, we are. I'm gonna finish it. It's just, I'm like, well, it's more of a best ending thing. Because you don't get the best ending unless you beat it within that time frame.
Oh, okay.
It is a Metroid game after all.
Of course.
Go! There's one Metroid left. Just the one Metroid left. Metroid Prime, if you will.
Now, this is the one that we take with us and become a surrogate mother to.
Maybe not quite.
You've heard about the babe.
The baby.
Let me tell you about the babe.
Let's see. Okay, how long is this section going to be? I don't know who still has control of the franchise. Hey.
Okay, I'm trying to locate this area now.
Oh.
It's like, is it tapioca you're in? Where the hell are you? Are you over by where the
I'm over to the very left.
Very left. Oh, okay. Sure.
Oh.
Okay, now I see it. Tap like the wind. There you go. So yeah, it just looks like you got a screw attack all the way up.
Yep, it's, yeah.
Or you could spider ball.
Well, it's only going to get me, because I need to go to some... Also, these things return. I think it's this one I need to go up, definitely, because there's something I need in here. Oh, well that I definitely need, but that's not what I was looking for.
I feel like Samus's character was fine until Other M. She was just a bounty hunter. There were a couple of little things about her backstory, but they weren't super egregious or anything like that. And then Other M came, and it's like, yeah, no, we're gonna undo all of that and make her really terrible.
Wait, I think I... Oh, right. Yep, there's a thing up here. What's here? Ah, how convenient. So, you don't have to go all the way back down to get the ice beam. Which is very nice. Because we missed it. So, back in that tower area, where we first fought the Zeta Metroids, there was a tall tower that had every beam in the game in it. So if you wanted to switch back to one that you liked. Also.
I feel like Other M took her from being a bounty hunter and made her this weird damsel character that never fit with the character whatsoever. And yeah, of course, took away her agency and made her, you know.
Oh, now there's 9 of them.
Oop. Does that mean you took too long?
No. Now you gotta deal with canonical Metro. Actually, now there's, doesn't even know how many there are now. Oh, 8.
Because it did that at the beginning of the game, where you killed your first Metroid, and it, like, the numbers got all goofed. And she did get personifications in the Game Boy ones.
Oops.
The Game Boy Advance ones.
Okay. Oh. Now, there's only one again. Ah, the Queen. So there are 2 ways of fighting the Queen. The fun. Oh, let's see. Do I have to? Wait. Oh, and that just takes it down there if you. Oh, okay.
Can run away, or stay and fight.
Oh, I guess that's if you run out of missiles. Huh. Hopefully you gave a nice little snack.
Oh, I see, and you take a lot of damage as you're inside of it.
Yeah, but you do a lot of damage to it.
Hmm.
It's like, there's a boss that you can, in Super Metroid that you can, fight in a really, weird way. Dragon. Where, in the arena, there's a bunch of, like a little electrical conduits on the side that if you destroy and use the grappling beam, you can actually, grapple those, broken electrical things and damage Dragon, in a way that, will, hurt you, but also kill it very quickly. Ah, and there we go.
Oh, it refills your health for you.
Yep. And now, there are no Metroids left. Oh, well, there's one. But it's a little baby Metroid. And it will eat away at this stuff. Yep, it is the baby. Oh, come on. You're hungry. There you go. Oh, don't get stuck. There, that just happened to take us over here. Which I think if we go over here... Oh, by the way, just since I was mentioning it earlier, there's the depth field. Go over here. We just happen to end up right at our ship.
Nice.
And there we go.
The baby. She's coming for you.
Yep, Gunpei Yokoi worked on this one just like he did the original.
Ooh, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Did you do the puzzle game yet?
Oh, Gunpei?
Yeah.
No. I'm not quite certain. I've not heard that. That was a fun time for a voice meter to fail. Can you all... Okay, you still should be able to hear me. Oh, Dylan Cuthbert was, has a, that special thanks. Huh. Let's see, presented by Nintendo? Let's see, how do we do? The end. Time? 2 hours and 1 minute.
2 minutes, yeah.
And there's your best ending right there.
God, I can't believe this game's an SJW game.
Yeah. Then that is a soft lock. Okay, so yeah, that is that's Metroid 2, Return of Samus. Okay, so with that, let us do our normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
All right, Lolo. So, Metroid 2, the best game ever or the greatest game ever?
Well, let's see. It's definitely going above the original Metroid, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's kind of a given. I would put it. Put it above Lana.
Classic.
Yeah. I gotta admit, I'm not a big fan of La Mulana, but I do really like Metroid.
Let's see. Well, Super. I mean, I'm gonna have to do Super at one point, but that definitely not today. The thing.
If you think about it, like, in terms of level design and just overall navigability, I would say Metroid 2 better because, I mean, you know, as neat as La Mulana is a lot of.
Yeah, because I kind of would rather play that than Sweet Home. Although Tales of
I love Sweet Home, don't get me wrong, but like the same kind of thing. Like Sweet Home really drags towards its last half.
And I can totally see let's see.
Plus in Sweet Home you've got a lot of micromanaging you gotta do in order to get through it, whereas you don't have that with this.
Yeah, I definitely over classic. Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
I couldn't put it over Monolith.
Yeah, it is absolutely not going above Monolith.
No, because I know if I tried to do that, Bear would reach the internet and kill me. And also,
no, I'm not going to let you do that because that is inherently not true.
No, and plus, I mean, I played Monolith, and it's an exceptional game. So I would definitely put it between those two.
Yeah, it's not a classic, which I can definitely kind of see that. So, let's see.
I am surprised to see the remake above Monolith.
Oh yeah, we really like the remake. Let's see. Yeah, how about we put it above classic?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I feel like the first third of Sweet Home is paced fairly well, and then once you start having to open up, like, once more the mansion opens up and you've got to retread ground, and you've got to start really managing your inventory a little bit better, it can be a little annoying. Plus, defeating Lady Mamiya is very obtuse and not fun.
Yeah, it's also, the combat is not great.
Yeah,
it's more of
it didn't age well.
It's more of an adventure game than... So the thing with Zillion is that we could not figure out how to get that game to work 2 times we played it. So it ended up there just because we literally couldn't do anything with it. And we don't have I am up to looking at it at some other point if I can get someone who knows the game, but none of us knew how to do it, so it was, that's unfortunately where it ended up. I realized that people like that game. It's just we could not figure out how to play it for the life of me. Yeah, we have no idea how to handle that. Maybe I could do that in the future. Just automatically invalidated, like, we gotta come back to that. Yeah, Impossible Mission's another game that's gonna end up like that. Also, it's definitely Metroidvania.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny because, you know, this came out before Metroidvania was even a thing.
Also, that Space Wars.
Which is almost why I kind of would think we should probably rename that subgenre to something like exploration platformer.
Yeah, we just gotta figure out what. Yeah. And that's fairly balanced.
That's the term I've been. Yeah. That's the term I've been using now. Is just exploration platformer because it's fairly benign.
Well, we rated it low because we couldn't figure it out, and it's like, hey, this is gonna be very confusing. Actually, I thought I had something there. Like, I thought I had a note. Which reminds me. Because we have a thing that actually is your mileage may vary, so I'll put that right next to it. So like/dislike. Oh yeah, and I'm also very hyped for that LS game coming out.
I mean, I'd say put visuals under like, art under like.
I can see that. One thing I will put though, especially for a Metroid game, music under dislike.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't super all that good, and I don't know, just like level design. You know, it's definitely better than 1, but you seriously had to consult that map quite a lot to figure out what the hell you were doing and where you were going.
That was more, I just wanted to make sure that we got it done in the amount of time. That was more of a, hey, I want to make sure. Well, here's the thing. Music was not great. The sound, I will actually give it. And actually, I do like the sound effects in this game. What's the thing that I use for sound? I think it's this. Yeah. Sound effects were really good. The only I can't really think of anything. Actually, yeah, there's one other thing I'd put for dislike, and it's something. It comes with the territory. The camera's way too zoomed in. The metaphorical camera is too zoomed in. But it's a Game Boy game. I get that, but still.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is that for Metroid 2. There we have that. Well, we'll be seeing Wario Land come September, so yeah. So, yep, that's it for. So yeah, that is it for Metroid 2. In that case, yeah. So that's going to do it for that. I really do want to do Super because Super is one of my favorite games. So. That one I won't need a map at all because I know that game like the back of my hand. So I was kind of hoping to go for 10 minutes more to kind of more go into Bear's thing, but yeah. So Zero Mission, I actually don't care for Zero Mission that much.
Really?
From what I played of it, it just didn't feel like something felt off about it. Like I just couldn't. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't care for it the first time I played it. Yeah. Maybe it's I can't exactly remember what it was. I would say it's better than the original Metroid, but there was something like it's not like I know there are some people that I know that say that Metroid Zero Mission's the best game in the franchise, which I definitely.
I wouldn't really agree with that. No.
Yeah, that's. My personal favorites are Fusion and Super. I don't have enough experience with Prime, but I really want to get into those games.
Super Fusion and Prime 3 are the ones that I like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it is not hard to be better than the original Metroid.
Yeah, no.
Alright, well, with that, we are going to close this episode out then. So, let me go ahead and get this prepared. Oop, not that one. This one. So, thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can follow my YouTube channel by going to youtube.ldp.life in your browser, and that'll take you right to the YouTube channel, in which I try to upload these episodes about 24 hours after they air. So we'll see this probably sometime, or probably at noon tomorrow. So there's that. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/LoadThePuzzle or twitch.ldp.life, whichever one you want to type in. So, I record these episodes live Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's that. If you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing, you can follow me on Twitter at LoadThePuzzle for my personal account. Or if you want to take a look at this channel /show's account, you can follow us at Hazeltown Story, where you get a fun little, slightly role-played version of some announcements and other fun stuff. Yep, there's that. There's also a Discord channel in which you can take part of polls when they are coming up. There's not one up currently, but there will be one up in the future. So there's that. And also a new thing, I now have a Patreon, which I'm using to kind of cover hosting costs for some upcoming projects, and also get new art for things like Rhapsody right here. So make the channel look a little bit nicer. So if you want to pledge, there's $2 and $5 tiers. Feel free to donate there if you would like. You don't have to, by any means, but it's very much appreciated. So that's it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. Next episode, From Mediocrity Comes Life, in which we take a look at Final Fantasy II. What's kind of the black sheep of the Final Fantasy franchise. Although it does some interesting things to actually lead into non-Final Fantasy games, oddly enough. So yeah. Yeah, there's that. So that'll be next Friday. Well, I suppose one of the black sheep, yeah. So, with that, thank you all for watching. Real Soviet Bear will be hosting something in the near, he should be starting in probably about 10 minutes. Probably about maybe less than that. They are going to be taking a look. He is going to be partnering with another retro-based channel called Retro Pals to take a look at some Master System ports of arcade games. It is going to be a treat, I'm most certain. So, do me a solid and just he's probably not started yet, but hang around there. It will be a good show. So, thank you all for watching. Have a good night.
Later.
Let's...